Hello everyone, and welcome to Creating a Process with Ampersand Event Store. I am Georgina Maldonado and I am part of the Moses User Support Group. Today we're going to be creating a process with the Ampersand Event Store command. This video is meant as a supplement to the static open workbook exercise. On this slide I am showing the location of where the files that we are working with can be located. The first path is that where Moses is installed. This assumes that you took the defaults, and then the subpaths show where to go to from the help desk directory. Now we're going to be creating a process, so I thought I would show you where to find the information in the manual. A lot of this information is found in section 19 processes. I have put a rectangle around some of the information that I think is important to what we are learning today, and I want to put in even more rectangles here where it says that the events are important for a process. So you can go into the manual and read this. Videos are not for reading large amounts of text. And here is another section of that manual. It's further down. It's still in that section 19. We are also going to be using the post-processing menu. You get to the post-processing menu with the command PRC post, and this is located in the manual under section 25. And if you look at that section further, there is subsection C. It shows the command that summarizes what happens to the compartments. And there is the syntax for the compartments. We are going to be focusing on the sounding, similar to what was looked at in the workbook. So having said that, let's get started with the file. And here is the static open file that you used in the workbook. And because I'm going to change it, I'm going to rename it. So I am going to call it open process. Now we're going to do several things. The first thing I want to do is I want to tell it to use the same data file as we had in the static open exercise. So to do that, here on the ampersand device command, I'm going to say I'm going to add the option -auxin, which stands for auxiliary input. And I'm going to say static open.dat. So that tells it to use that data file. And the next thing I'm going to do is add a process. So after in model, I'm going to type in the command ampersand describe process open. So my new process name is open. Now for the body of the file, I'm not going to really change it, but we're just going to quickly review the things that we reviewed in the workbook. For example, here is event 1, and it's after the check loc macro. Event 2, I have changed the draft. Okay. Event 3, I changed the draft again, and event 4, I went from 5 to 3. So we're going to have 4 events. Now to post-process these and review the sounding results in one location, that's where we're going to go into PRC post. That gets us into the post-processing menu. So I'm going to put end because we eventually want to get out of that menu. And remember, where you're going to use the tankbal command. Usually for compartments, we have some form of the compartment word, but we ran out of ways to use that word. So for this command, we're saying tankbal. And I'm going to use the selector CNAME. Now that I'm using a selector, I have to define it before I use it. Select CNAME minus select, and I know the 3 names of my compartments, C1, C2, and C3. And of course, it's important that we ask it to report the results. That's why we're doing this, because we want to review the results in one location. Now this is a good time to pause the video and type all of this into your file so that you can follow along with me. I'm going to go ahead and run the file, and when I come back, we will be ready to review the results. So I hope you took the time to type in the commands and to run. You see mine has already finished. And now let's look at the results. So to do that, we go to this button that says results layout. And you see in this middle section, there is a report the results table, and right now we only have one table. It's the compartment ballast table. And so we access it by clicking on this tab, and you see that it automatically populates a plot. And you see the table only has one set of soundings. Now to change both of these windows, we go over here to the right hand side, and I'm going to open up analysis settings, and that's where you can see where we have our process open. Okay, and if you look for results filters, I'm going to go to the select filters, and I'm going to click on C2 and C3, and you see that that adds to both of the windows on the immediate left hand side. And so now we're able to review all of the soundings in one location. On the top is a table, and on the bottom is the graph of how they changed for the 4 events that we defined. So again, here in the editing layout, here are the commands that we added. And again, the reason that we did this is for several reasons. You might want to create a process by using the event store command. And that concludes my video. I hope you found it helpful, and I hope you keep using Moses for your engineering needs.